Nigel Cecil, calling things out as you like it, especially for his fair-minded friends.
Well, hello, Jagabouties. Thank you for joining me once again with some info entertainment. Moi, Nigel Cecil, entertainment entrepreneur, and as Hilary often says, Hilary, yes, a legend in my own lunchtime, but here trying to represent my fair-minded friends and everyone equally and fairly when it comes to matters relating to equity, the trade union across the United Kingdom for actors, variety entertainers, and other creatives. And this particular issue, well, you'll see this in the background, for a Green New Deal manifesto. Now, why has that sprung to my mind? Why, my mind? It's because recently I've been up in Scotland, and some of my fair-minded friends there said, Nigel, do you know about Zizi? Have I said that right? Zizi, or Les, or Kaz, and the giveaway, ULEZ. Yes, indeed. There are all types of low emission zones. And my fair-minded friend said, have you seen Equity's Green New Deal manifesto? And I said, well, no, not really. I mean, you don't go around looking for things like that, do you? But apparently the Equity Council, back in October, 2021, was it, Hilary? Yes, well, round about then, declared a climate emergency. And it is to be acclaimed that some members believe that should be prioritised, and they have the dedication to campaign about a climate emergency. But in a trade union, what should come first? The interests of the members trying to get gigs and in the workplace, or some initiative that actually takes you beyond what a reasonable member would expect a trade union to do. Now, when you look at this manifesto, it's talking about all these, 10 objectives and things, But you see, for members in the workplace, we've got these low emission zones. And they're saying, what's Equity doing for us to help us? Now, one of them reminded me that some time ago there was the first and apparently only so far conference for variety sole traders entertainers. And somebody asked the question there, what do they do about transport to gigs? And the answer, well, it was quite amazing, Hilary. I mean, if it's correct, I'll give you that at the end. But it comes to these low emission zones. And what's Equity doing to advise members to support them? Because it's all well and good, those at the top saying, well, you have to comply with this Green New Deal. But for example, members in Glasgow are saying, Nigel, it's really a restraint of trade trying to comply with a Green New Deal, because now if you go into the zone within Glasgow and you haven't got a compliant means of transport, well, it's £60. You have to pay £60. And if, you actually pack up your clothes and all your gigs and all your equipment, and of course most gigs go on late at night, it's another £60 if it's past midnight. That's £120 added to your expenses to get to a gig. And a couple of members said, well, Glasgow really has become a no gig zone for many of us, a no gig zone, because we can't actually afford that sort of money. What is Equity doing to support them? Well, I'll tell you what I will do. If you want to get in touch with the new Green Deal, it's equity4gnd@gmail.com. I'll put those on the screen, shall we, Hilary, at the end of the video. But meanwhile, just have a look at the headline manifesto. Equity's Green New Deal seeks to empower members throughout the United Kingdom to fight for green and accessible workplaces. a commendable objective, and presumably that takes into account the low emission zones in Birmingham, Bristol, Oxford, Glasgow, and of course London. But those low emission zones may well impact on the ability of equity members to transition into an area where they have to comply with low emission zones and learn the new way of life, their ability to earn an income. At this moment in time, it seems like a restraint in trade. So equity giving advice, well, that's all well and good. But where is the tangible support? Now, when one looks at the Green New Deal, well, they've actually highlighted the position of workers in Aberdeen who have to transition from the oil industry into new jobs. And commendable of them, they've set up a fundraising page to raise money to donate to the cause of helping these workers in the transition. A just transition for oil workers, offshore fundraising organised by Equity's Green New Deal. Well, a claim to that. But where's the equivalent within Equity for those members who are being adversely impacted by the low emission zones and their ability to get gigs and earn money? Have Equity got a similar initiative for those members? I'll leave you with that question. And the question that was asked at the first and apparently only ever Variety conference some time back was, well, how do we get to gigs in a low emission zone? And the answer, get yourself an electric bike with a trailer. And everyone went, what? We put our amplifiers in this trailer, that'll be secure, and our frocks, and it's pouring with rain, and we arrive drenched to the skin, and we have to hump the gear in, get changed into our frocks in what? In a corridor. I mean, the idea that a lot of the venues have got proper dressing rooms, well, that's pie in the sky. And of course, as an example, can you see any celebrities at the top there arriving to a film premiere, riding their electric bike, dressed in their cycle gear, with their designer stuff in the trailer, ready to go into the premiere and get changed before they go on the red carpet? Where they're going to get changed? Oh, we've got a tent for them outside. Yes, that will be absolutely wonderful. But equality for everyone. And Equity, if they put forward any agenda, should be equally concerned for those at the bottom as they seem to have the tablets of stone handed down from those at the top. Well, there we go. We'll leave that one with you. What, Hillary? Hillary said we ought to have a Joe-Caroonie. We've not had one for a while. Well, okay, join me for this bit of info entertainment. Joe-Caroonie time, and it has to be on travel. Nigel's Joe-Caroonie. Now, what has Hillary got for me? Hillary, let's have a look. We've not done one of these for ages, have we? No. Here we go. Travel indeed. Where do bees like to go on vacation? Where do bees like to go on vacation? Singapore. Singapore. And really, that's a message to Equity. Please treat all members equally and fairly, and make sure some don't end up in Singapore. And on that message, well, I'm going to once again finish with strawberries and love to everyone. Strawberries and love. And may all your gigs flourish.